Hi Gemini, thank you for joining me back. I got cut off, so I've uploaded part 1 and I'm going to make you part 2 to continue the reading that I was just doing. I have restarted my phone hoping that I make it to the 15-minute mark in my space availability. So this is a continuation of the reading for Gemini, May 18th to 24th, 2016. And I was speaking about no place like home, the sunshine beaming out of you, right? This going out into the sun and loving who you are and letting this beam forward. What is this on, by the way? This is the issue at hand. So the issue at hand, Gemini, is you allowing yourself to be yourself. This is the issue this week. Do you feel like yourself? Do you feel like you're doing what makes your heart beat every day? Something? If you're not, do one thing that makes your heart beat or flutter. One thing. One step. All right, I didn't even pull, I showed the camera what cards I pulled, but I didn't continue. So I'm gonna pull these 2 cards for the last 2 spaces and then look at them all and analyze for you guys. All right, so for the week of May 18th to 24th, the action you need to take, the male side of you, Gemini, or the male side of your situation if you're a female, if you're a girl. However you want to look at this, see how it relates to your world. You might be here, Gemini, for one little nugget that you need to bring clarity. And maybe somebody else needs a couple of nuggets. See what resonates in you, in your heart, and then go with that. So wherever you look out here, do the double check in here that it also connects to your spirit, okay? And then use that witty, logical, awesome mind that you have, Gemini, to move forward with. Looks like you need to connect with who you are. Let yourself peacock a little bit and work on finding a place that you feel comfortable with, even if it's not necessarily your home. Maybe it's with another person you feel comfortable with that makes you feel like home, Gemini. That maybe you're with a person, right? That no matter where you go with this person, you feel like your heart is there. Or it could be a project for you. Maybe you have a brand new project. I mean, the Ace of Cups here is asking you to allow a new start. To allow yourself to, I would say, indulge in things that you love, that make you who you are. If you need to release indulgences that are not allowing you to be who you are, release those. Make sure the form you have in your new start is on a solid foundation. Reclaim who you are, Gemini. All right, so the male action underlying this week is the 5 of Swords. So this is like, even when you win, you don't. Even when someone else thinks that they won, there's something that is lost. So it's like you might be running away with a little bit of a victory here, but you're leaving behind hurt, or you're leaving behind someone else feeling like they didn't win, Gemini. Maybe you need to do something that is a new start, that is like a win-win situation, rather than I win, you don't, or I'm right and you're wrong. Even if that's within yourself, like, you know, inner questions back and forth. Maybe you feel like if you go one way, you lose one thing, and if you go another way, you lose another thing, or you don't know. Let me see. Let's see what your last card is. Well, let's see. You have synergy, listening, and psychological assessment under the Five of Swords. So use your mind this week, Gemini. Make sure your mind is in sync with your heart, in sync with that primal side of you for survival, what drives you, that passion that you love, your logical mind and your soul. Allow any lessons that you went through to make you stronger. And if you feel like a lesson was a defeat somehow, even if it was a win, maybe for you or someone else, and you feel that like something was left behind, even if you walked forward with something, then listen to what your heart says. Listen to what your mind says. Listen to why that situation happened. Look at it from a different angle. Look at it from the angle of this other person or these other people. Put yourself in their shoes. And I mean, it's like you have to move forward with listening. So this is like male, female. You have to like actively listen to the other side, maybe. All right, and then your outcome is the Queen of Cups. So your outcome for you, Gemini, this week to have abundance with this Ace of Cups, this new start, is either with the Queen of Cups in your life. So maybe you have a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Maybe that's your rising, your moon. But it's that receptive side. It's that nurturing energy. It's the one that, it's the person that you can go to talk to about something because you need some support. You need a shoulder. You need to know that someone is there just because they care, not because they're trying to fix the situation or to necessarily make it better. This is a person that's just there to help because they care, because they love, because they feel, they have empathy, and they can see the other side of the situation. The three cards you have, Gemini, for this pile: guilt, sacred, and magic. You need to release guilt and be forgiving for anything that happened. You know, maybe you're thinking a lot about whatever this half victory, half defeat situation was. Maybe you didn't feel like yourself. Maybe around these people you had to move forward or do something different or do something out of line with yourself, maybe to take yourself out of the situation, or maybe this happened to you, right? And whatever happened to bring this feeling of being out of place, remember that no man is an island. We're all here to learn, we're all here to grow, and we're all here to have experiences. So if they're weird ones, we can go through it, release it, move on. Know that that's a quality we don't like, that's a situation we don't want to get in. Maybe we just were involved in a situation with somebody or somebody else, or a different situation that we had never seen that particular perception before. Maybe you still don't see that person's perception. So if someone's different than you, or you feel different from them, try to see the other side of the situation. I'm going to look at the bottom of the decks here. I wasn't going to, but I want to. Six of Pentacles. Six of Wands. So, six, that's two sixes, Gemini. Where's my other deck? Let's see. Clarity of belief, number one. Magician. Gemini, the Magician. And then fear. So release fear, release guilt, and thank the situations you've been in and release them with love. Find yourself. Sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. To find ourselves. Let yourself beam this week, Gemini. This abundance of something you love that brings you ecstasy. What can you think about right now, Gemini, that brings you ecstasy? What can you share with others? Gemini, what can you share with others? You need to have equal exchange this week. You need to allow yourself to receive from maybe people that can help you. No man is an island, Gemini. Trust yourself here that if you're beaming who you are, you're being yourself. You know, you're allowing yourself to be different if you are. You're allowing others to be different. You're listening to different perspectives. You're listening to yourself. And you're having a clarity about this in your head. You're starting to see synchronicities in your life moving you forward to where you need to be. Synchronicities in your life pushing away the things you don't need to have anymore, so that you don't have any more of these half victories. So, Gemini, you have a victory, so you can actually come home on your parade. Come home to a place where they're throwing flowers for you because they recognize the job that you did, how awesome you are, how beautiful your horse is, how shiny your armor is, how hard you worked in your battle, what you learned when you were there, what you learned not to do anymore because of that battle. You know, a battle and a victory has its, you know, you want everybody to have this. This is a victory where you come home and everybody's happy. Everybody is celebrating and there's a party going on. So how can you have this in your life? Balance, even exchange, kindness of heart, lift others with you if they've helped you, give credit where credit is due, and you will also be recognized for the amazing things that you do. Make sure your scales are balanced this week, Gemini. Make sure you have a clarity of your belief. Know that you have all the tools on your table to create the life you want if you beam the person you are, the child of God you are, for everybody to see. Let yourself shine, Gemini. If you feel like you want to give, give. And if you feel like what you're receiving is love back, allow it in. Allow a new start, Gemini. Allow synchronicity in your life. Make a reclamation for you. I'm going to pull you one more card. One more animal card. The dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Start with here. Be true to who you are, and the energies around you and the people around you and the situations around you that are there because of unconditional love. No matter what you smell like, what your energy is, what kind of day you had, when you come home and you have this animal that just wants to go out and just loves you for you. That unconditional love, that loyalty. Make sure you know, Gemini, who you're being loyal to, what you're being loyal to, what you're being loyal for, and make sure